Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I'm out here enjoying this beautiful Philadelphia weather on my lunch break. But before I get into these good eats, I figured I'd tap in with y'all, man. So y'all go ahead. If y'all like the knowledgeable boxing content, y'all go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Y'all like the video, y'all share the video as always. Now, just saw the weigh-ins for the big card that's going to be going on tomorrow night in the middle of Times Square, man. Starting with the opening bout between Teofimo Lopez and Arnold Barboza, following Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez, along with the main event, Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. Now, shout out to everybody for being professional and making weight, man. I had to hold my breath a little bit and make sure that, Ryan Garcia made his weight and shit like that. But, I saw the videos. They made the sacrifices necessary. Shout out to them for, showcasing their professionalism and giving their training camp as, everything they had. You feel me? I did not see footage on, I actually seen footage on every weigh-in except Devin Haney's and Jose Ramirez's. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that Devin Haney and his team prefer to not be recorded the day of the weigh-in because they faced criticism in the past for looking drained and stuff like that. And maybe that's just something that they don't want to showcase to the world. You feel what I mean? Unless I just completely missed the videos. If I did, please let me know in the comments. Now, what I really wanted to get into, man, was, what I think each person needs to do in order to win their fights Friday night. Let's start with the opening feature. Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza. First of all, this is a great fight. On some real stuff, if we being honest, this is a fight that Teofimo Lopez has avoided for a good amount of time. You feel what I mean? Specifically when they were both with Top Rank and, Teofimo had the WBO and Barboza was ranked #1 in the WBO and shit like that. He's avoided it for a while, even told, higher ups from Top Rank to not put him in the ring with this bum. And, he just wasn't enthusiastic about the fight. But I guess since, Turkey Al-Sheikh cutting the checks, Teo made an exception. You feel me? But this is a great fight stylistically because, Arnold Barboza, he has skills, he could box. And one thing about him is that he's confident, man. He's on a streak right now. He beat Jose Ramirez, who's facing Devin Haney. Man just went over to the UK and beat Jack Catterall. So it don't matter where you put Arnold Barboza, he's going to perform. You feel me? So this man is dangerous. And to be honest with you, he's on Teofimo Lopez's stomping grounds. You feel me? So he's confident. He could box. You know what I mean? And he got heart. You feel me? So he got some good things going on. Now, Teofimo Lopez has struggled with boxers in the past. Jermaine Ortiz, Sandor Martin, and stuff like that. And I'm sure that Barboza is looking at that as a blueprint in order to get the victory on tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? So, in all honesty, I think Teofimo Lopez has what it takes to defeat Arnold Barboza. It's all about his approach. I think it's really going to come down to how the way Teo approaches this fight. If he does the same terrible habits that he's partaked in the past, where he loses focus and abandons his jab and just loading up on one shot and lunging it, jumping into punches and stuff like that, it's gonna be a tough night for him. Because somebody like Arnold Barboza, who's battle tested and has boxing ability, he's gonna take advantage of that all day. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that if Teofimo Lopez is focused, which he claims he is now, uses his jab and builds his combinations off of his jab, I think he's too fast. I think he's too athletic for Barboza. And I think he could pick Barboza apart, man. It's all about his approach. If he if he loses focus, he'll make it a hard night. And it might be a controversial decision that's made. But if he's focused, he's locked in mentally, I think he could beat and even dominate Barboza, in my opinion. You feel what I mean? But like I said, it's all about Teofimo Lopez's mentality, which has shown to be fragile in the past. But I'm picking Teofimo Lopez to go the distance with Arnold Barboza and get a unanimous decision. Because I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he's in a better place mentally, and I think he's going to show out considering the circumstances. Now, next fight, Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez, he coming off of some losses in his career and stuff like that. This is a former unified world champion at 140 pounds, and he stated that, he was hurting himself making it a 140-pound limit. He was there for too long. And listen, these things do happen. You can stay at a weight class too long, and it could be very detrimental to your body and your performances. We've seen it happen with, an opponent that opponent that Jose Ramirez had in the past, and Josh Taylor. So these things do happen. You feel what I'm saying? I think that Jose Ramirez will feel a lot better at the weight. They fought at a catch weight of 144 pounds. And listen, he's big, he's strong, he got a nice left hook. And this is going to really show what Devin Haney's been working on in the gym. According to Devin Haney and Shane Mosley, they've been working on like punch placement and just, how to turn their punches over and stuff like that. So, Devin Haney going to be sitting in the pocket. I can see him sitting in the pocket in certain instances and turning his punches over to see if what he's been working on in camp is going to pay off in the fight. I think that if Devin Haney himself, he showcases that world-class jab, uses his lateral movement, his overall quickness, I think he has what it takes to outbox Jose Ramirez. I don't think he stops Jose Ramirez. I think Jose Ramirez is an absolute dog and won't take no for an answer. But I think that Devin Haney has what it takes if he's himself, because there's a lot of questions on Devin Haney's mentality right now since his previous bout with Ryan Garcia. If he's himself, I think he could get a clear, unanimous decision. Shit, I don't know if it's going to be 120, 108, but I can see it being like a 10-2 type of fight in Devin Haney's favor. But Jose Ramirez is game. He is dangerous. He's 32 years old. He got some wear and tear on the body. He's definitely slowed down in my opinion, but maybe these 4 pounds will help him turn back the clock in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. So I got unanimous decision for Devin Haney. I got a unanimous decision victory for Teofimo Lopez. Now, the main event, I don't see it going the distance at all. I think both of these guys are defensively irresponsible, based off of previous fights. And, they're not the most skilled. You know what I'm saying? And they both could fucking punch. And that's Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are underestimating Rolly Romero in this fight. I think that I think they overestimating Ryan Garcia. I've seen Ryan Garcia struggle with low-tier competition, in previous years. I've seen this man struggle with Duarte, who, isn't a top-tier 140 in my opinion. I've seen him get put on his ass by Luke Campbell, who's not, looked at as a big puncher. I've seen him get rocked by Devin Haney, who's also not looked at as a big puncher. But somehow, some way, they believe that Rolly Romero doesn't have a chance at all. This is what I will say. Rolly Romero, being with Ismael Salas, there's no way that he did this training camp and did not work on being disciplined defensively. I hope that Rolly Romero was in this gym, keeping that right hand up, to neutralize that left hook. I hope that when he's punching, he's not dropping his right hand, Like, I really hope that he's taking all the opportunities to, there was a dog right next to me. I hope he's taking every moment in them training camps to really tighten up his defense, because he's definitely going to need it. Rolly Romero in his career has fell victim to the left hook. We've seen it in sparring sessions with Joanne Ingram. We've seen it with Gervonta Davis. We've seen it with, Isak Cruz. We've just seen him be a sucker for the left hook, and that's Ryan Garcia's bread and butter. So I know from Ryan Garcia's team, they feeling like Rolly tailor-made. But Rolly Romero had the opportunity to upset people with modifications that he should have been making in training camp. You feel what I'm saying? So, but something just tells me that they're going to get in an exchange, and somehow, some way, Ryan Garcia may land this left hook. I hope I'm wrong. I'm really rooting for Rolly Romero for the upset win. I think he has the power. I think that he has the conditioning, and I think he also has the hand speed to surprise Ryan Garcia as well. There's a lot of factors people ain't taking into account. They just think that Ryan gonna land this left hook and that's it. And that might be the case, but I'm pulling for my boy Rolly Romero. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave that up in the air, man. I got Rolly winning in the upset. I think that's gonna be my little daring prediction right there. But that's my predictions for the day, y'all. I got Devin Haney winning dominant unanimous decision over Jose Ramirez. I got Teofimo Lopez beating Arnold Barbosa convincingly as well. And I got Rolly Romero for the upset, man. I got Rolly Romero for the upset. You know, and I think he's very capable of hurting Ryan Garcia and even stopping him if he catches him flush. So we'll see what happens. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the predictions below. This is Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. Y'all hit the like, y'all hit the subscribe, y'all share the video as well. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.